personal story with you guys. And the reason why I'm going to share it is because not only because it relates, but I actually shared this story last training that we did on this. Was it last year? No, last year, the year before last year, I had got a Ferrari, a red Ferrari, a convertible one. How many of you guys remember that? Yeah? So anyways, hey, you remember that one. What happened to me one day driving that Ferrari? Tell you can say it.
Got a little trouble.
Yeah, got in a little trouble. See, he's being politically correct. I did get in a little bit of trouble. I was in my office. I had an office actually next, like 2 offices down. I was in my office, and then I was like, I had a meeting with my buddy Wences for dinner. So we meet up, we have dinner, and I drink some wine. Can you guys see where this is going? Yeah. So the wine didn't get me in trouble. So then we're driving home, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to go dancing. So I go, because we were over there by Almani, so we go to some bar over there in, what is that city? Alhambra, exactly. Yeah, you know. My brother knows the story. So I go to Alhambra, and I park the Ferrari in front of the, what is Azul? But Azul's line is super long. So there's a couple bars, so I go to the bar next to it. So I park the car right there, valet it right in front. I'm like, you know what, let's just go to the bar next door. So as we're going to the bar next door, the guy says, hey man, you want to come into Azul? And keep in mind, there's a huge line. I'm like, yeah man, but I'm not going to make line. He said, oh, you don't got to make line, come on in. I guess you know the Ferrari gets you these certain privileges. So anyways, they let us in, and then I'm having a couple of drinks and I'm dancing, but around 12 o'clock I stopped drinking. I leave around 1:15, 1:30. But I mean, I only had like the glass of wine like at 9. Then I had one like a Jack and Coke. So I stopped drinking. At 12, and I leave around 1:15 or 1:30. So I was fine. As we're going, some cops turn on the lights, please. Some CHP pull up next to me. They look at me, and then they get behind me, and they pull me over. And I'm like, these guys are just stereotyping me, because I was driving just fine, you know. And so, anyways, they pull me over. Long story short, they asked me if I to do that sobriety test or whatever. I said, no, I don't want to do that. Because you don't have to do it, you know what I mean? So I said, I don't want to do that. Because if you do that, here's what I've learned. If you do that, it just gives them more reason to get you in trouble. They'll justify one way or another. Like if they say, you know, touch your nose like this, and you touch it with a different finger or something. Oh, we told you with that, you know, little things like that. And so I said, I don't want to do it. You know, oh, we're going to have to take you. I was like, I don't want to do it. I want to take the blood test. So I said, okay, but if you do that, we have to take it right now and stuff. Anyways, I didn't know. I've never even been pulled over for this. They take me, I take the test, I'm comfortable, I'm confident. I'm like, all right, can we go now or what? They're like, oh, you're not going home. It's a Thursday night. They're like, oh, you're not going home. You're going to stay till we get the results. So you're going to county. What? Oh yeah, we don't have results right away. So they booked me in the county. Keep in mind, I'm wearing, actually I had a white shirt and I had a blue suit. It's a different suit, but it was a white shirt. And I had some different pair of shoes, same brand. I remember specifically, and I'm right there in county, right? And they're like, I'm going, I'm talking to the, you know, guy and stuff. They haven't booked me in yet, but I'm there. And he says, oh, you're going to be let go in a couple of hours. Just hang out. I'm like, cool. I'm like, should I get bailed out, man? And, you know, they're like, you don't even need to get bailed out. You're going to get let go. So then I'm calling family members and friends. And I'm like, hey, bail me out. I don't care. Bail me out. They're like, the bail person is telling us that you don't need to get bailed out. You're fine. They're going to let you go. Okay, fine. Because it would cost a couple $1,000 probably. I don't know.
It was 5,000 to be exact.
5,000 they got. You remember, he's one of the people I was talking to. And so I'm like, just bail me out, pay it, I don't care, right? And here's another personal information. The reason why I want to get bailed out so bad is because I was born in Mexico. I have a social security number, but I know that they have very little tolerance for people that don't have, I don't have my green card yet. So I'm legal here, but I can't leave the country. I'm still in that process. So I'm like, I don't want to be in jail. I want to get out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, somebody had it scared me. Like, if you ever go to jail for something like that, like DUI, they're going to deport you. That's what one of my friends said. I don't want to end up in Mexico, man. I'm going to have to, you know, get in shape in Mexico and run across. Join some gym in Mexico and make it back, you know. I'm like, that's going to be, then what am I going to do? Am I about to steal somebody's identity. No, just kidding. So anyways, man. So this is happening, right? Anyways, hours go by. It's about 4 in the morning on Friday now, right? They're like, guess you're not going nowhere. Make line and get your stuff. So now they're gonna book me in, and I'm like, damn it, I can't believe it, right? I'm going in, one of the guys says to me, hey, those are some nice shoes. You should put those shoes inside your pants and tie up your pants because somebody will steal. Damn! So I do that, you know, whatever. I go in, I get booked, and I'm showering with everybody else, right? I'm putting on the thermal. Those are small thermal too. They didn't give me my size. I remember the details, man. It was funny. See, I don't feel bad about it. That's the thing. I don't feel bad. It's funny. Here's a funny thing about that, man. I always said, which is stupid, but I did. Man, I've never been arrested. I don't want to be arrested, but that would be crazy. Like, I've had a lot of friends that have been arrested, but I don't want to be arrested, you know? But if that ever happened, it'd be a cool part of my story. I would say that. Ever heard, be careful what you wish for? Be careful what you think about it. Good or bad. So anyways, I'm there. Saturday morning, they wake us up at 8 in the morning, or earlier, and they send us over there by Magic Mountain. They put us in a bus, they send us, and I'm like in the bus like, man, I was driving a Ferrari like 12 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? Cool, in a sharp suit, man, and I'm like handcuffed to some other dude. You know what I'm saying? On my way to Wayside, right? When I get there, not only when I get there, but the whole time, I'm thinking it's funny. I'm not worried, because I know this stuff. Because I can we agree that if I get depressed or mad, it's not going to change my situation, right? Here's what I said the whole time. It's going to be a great story. One day, I'm going to tell this story in front of a bunch of people, and that's exactly happening right now. And I've said it a couple times. Last Law of Attraction training we did, I told the same story. I go over there. When I get there, they're like this. I got my bed and stuff, like so rolled up, and I go in there. Now it's in the first, when we were here, it was just 4 guys to a cell, 2 bunk beds, right? Now I get over there's one of those big old rooms, right? Bunk beds everywhere and upstairs. Get there, as soon as I get to the lights, homie, I don't know what homie means. So I get homie and paisa. I know what paisa means. I thought it was homie and sureño. But they didn't say sureño. They said homie. So I'm thinking this dude is calling me homie. Like he's being cool with me. I'm like, yeah, what's up? So apparently I claim homies, which means the gangsters. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I'm there and they're like talking to me and stuff like that, and telling me what's up. I'm like, whoa, hold up. You know, who you run with on the streets? I'm like, no one. I don't know. I run with my homies at the park. You know what I mean? I like to, you know. Then I'm like, no, man. I want to claim paisa. I don't want to. You know what I mean? I want to get out. You know, I don't want to get in trouble, get in a fight in jail. Then you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so they get mad at me. They're like, dude, why did you say homie? Homie? When you're a paisa. And I said, look, man, I thought you guys were going to ask me for sureños or paisas. I wasn't ready for homie. You guys change it. You know what I'm saying? You guys switched it up on me. So anyways, they're like, nah, man, this and that. So the main guy from the paisas comes, the main guy from the sureños comes, and they're like, so what's the deal, man? And both of them are bald and they got a big old gold teeth.
They're the shot callers.
The shot callers, yes. The shot callers come, right? That guy knows. So the shot callers come, right? And they're like, you know, talking to me. I'm like, hey, listen, man. I explained to him, I was like, look, here's a reality, man. I've never been to jail, bro. I don't know how this thing works. When I come in, that little guy says, homie, and I thought he was homie. You know what I mean? So I have no idea, man. And they kind of thought it was a little funny. I guess they realized this fool's, you know, don't know what's up. So anyways, they're like, you know what, it's cool, man, don't worry about it. But now the homies are walking from a distance and they're looking at me not very nice. And I'm like thinking, man. Then the shot callers come like 2 hours later again and they say, one of the homies said that he's seen you in jail before. And that you claimed homies. And I said, no. Must be confusing me for something. There's a lot of people out there that look like me, actually. How do you say that part? I'm not going to make fun of them, you know? I said, and I told him like firm, I said, you know what, the homie must be confusing me for somebody else, because I already told you guys I've never been in jail. And they're like, they look at me straight and they're like, all right, don't ever switch it. If you ever come back and you say that you're a homie and you said this time you're a paisa and they find out, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. And I said, understood. And they just left. Anyways, so I'm there Saturday, I'm thinking I'm gonna get bailed out anytime soon. I'm calling, they're telling me the same thing. The bail bond says you're gonna get let out every Sunday. They've been telling me that since since Thursday night or Friday morning. Sunday comes, I'm still there. But while I'm there on Saturday, actually, I get a phone call. I don't get a phone call in jail, but I call. I call my assistant at the time. And then she says to me, there's some bad news that has happened. And I don't want to tell you right now because I don't want to worry you. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing you can tell me. Now I'm going to be thinking about it more and more. Just tell me. You might as well tell me. I mean, what the hell? She says, in the prior company I was with, the Healthy Coffee Company, I was the #1 earner there. Did very well there. And she said, the board of directors kicked out the CEO. So there was already drama. A lot of things happening. The company was just falling apart. And so they kicked out the CEO. He's no longer the CEO. The company had been paying late and delivering products late for a long time. So I was already a little bit like not happy with them. But I said, actually, that's not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, that's a good thing. Now I've got reason to go out and build something else. Only reason I was there is because of my loyalty to the CEO. That's not a bad thing. Now, what am I going to do? I don't know. We've got some options, right? We've got some options. That's actually not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Now I just got to figure out, I just got to get the heck out of here. You know what I mean? To make it happen. Guys, less than 3 months later, I was making a 6-figure monthly income with a new business. Real talk. Why? Because I'm already there. One thing that we're in control about is our thoughts and our emotions. Can we agree?
Yes.
So I got happy on Saturday. I said, whatever, I'll figure it out. But here's the point. As soon as I'm there, I'm like, I'm going to get out eventually. I met some guy that was like 18 years old, 19 years old, said he was facing life. I'm like, I'm going to be out on a couple weekends. Even if they send me to jail, even if they send me to Mexico, let's say, do I still have better than the guy's going to be in jail for the rest of their life?
Yes.
Damn right. It's all relative. It's all perception. How you look at things. You could always, no matter how bad your situation is related to somebody else or other circumstances, and realize that yours isn't really that bad. So you always can be grateful for something. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then Sunday, 3 p.m., they call my name and they let me out. Sunday, 3 p.m., they call my name by about 7. I remember everybody in there is talking about what they're going to do when they get out. What are you going to do? Some guys, I'm going to get high. Some guys said things I can't repeat. I said, I'm going to go have a carne asada plate at a good Mexican restaurant, and I'm going to drink a Coke. But I'm going to drink a Coke. That's exactly what I did, man. I got a picture of me with my pants and my shirt all wrinkled. You know what I'm saying? With my mom and my assistant at a Mexican restaurant eating, man. Anyways, they focused on opportunities. What was I focused on in there? The positive and the opportunities that were going to come. So 2 things that somebody would consider me bad, to me, is a cool story now. Would I take that away? Nope. It's something that happened, and it happened for a reason. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Number 6, rich people admire and respect and study other rich people, rich and successful people. Poor people resent rich and successful people. Not all of them, but a lot of them do resent rich and successful people. For instance, filthy rich is a term that we hear often, don't we? Mm-hmm. Filthy rich. Like they did something bad. And the reality is that no. Bless that which you want. Anything you negate, you'll never have. So when you see other people that are being successful, don't ever feel any negative feelings towards them. Feel happy. Bless them. Because what you give, you will keep. What you continue to give, you will continue to keep. And it will be multiplied to you. Send positive vibes to people. Be happy for people. Celebrate other people's achievements. The reality is that most people don't. Most people, when they see somebody that's having success, what they end up doing is that they're uncomfortable around them. They kind of don't like them anymore. Anybody experience people like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people that give you, man, I'll tell you guys what. a part of you going out there and making more money, one of the things that's going to happen to you, for sure, no question, is you're going to get people that don't like you or people that start distancing themselves from you. People say, you've changed. And you're going to say, damn right I have. I didn't work this hard to stay the same. You haven't changed. Can we agree?
Yeah.
People will be uncomfortable around you. Also, on the contrary, that we know this stuff, we need to bless others. When they're having success, when they're not having success, when they're having success, feel happy for them. So, rich people admire, respect, and study other rich and successful people. Poor people resent them. So, respect them. Bless them. Rich people associate with positive, successful people. Poor people associate with negative and unsuccessful people. Your network determines your net worth. George Foreman. If you hang out with 5 broke people, guess what? You're going to be number 6. Yeah, the truth of the matter is that, guys, that your income will be $5,000 up or down of the average income of the 5 people you associate yourself with the most. Let's say, for instance, these are the 5 people I associate myself with the most. Let's say the average person makes $50,000 a month. He makes 60, she makes 50, she makes 55, 60, and 50, whatever. The average is how much? 50,000. Look at the people you spend the majority of your time with. You'll see that your income is $5,000 up or down of their average income. Mine will be between 45 and 55,000. Because the people you associate yourself with has a huge impact on where you're going to end up. People you associate yourself with and the books that you read. Now, if you hang out with the right people, they're going to recommend you to read books. They're going to recommend you to do personal development. That's why those two things go hand in hand. So rich people, they network. They associate with positive, successful people. They network on purpose. They on purpose find people that can bring value to their life. But in addition to bringing value to your life, we focus on bringing value to other people's life. You want to be somebody that gives energy, not takes energy. Does that make sense? Rich people are willing to promote themselves and their value. Poor people think negatively about selling. Isn't that what I'm doing here today?
Yep.
Yes. And I had no question about it, that this thing would be sold out. Sold out. We had to take out some little chairs over there. There's always a percentage of people that won't show up because that's normal, no matter what. I've seen people buy $1,000 tickets that can't make it, can't get a refund. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. But nevertheless, it's sold out. I even put on Facebook a couple days ago, this event is officially sold out. Why? Because these people know that they're proud of themselves. They think highly of themselves. They love themselves. See, I love me. I'm going to kiss myself. I love me. See, I do love me. You should love you. See, most people, if your friends would talk to you the way you talk to yourself, you wouldn't be friends anymore. Does that make sense? If your friends would talk to you the way you talk to yourself, you wouldn't be friends anymore. Because most people's self-talk is not positive. Most people's self-talk is not positive. See, I try to watch every word. Instead of saying negative, I say it's not positive, so you know what I'm saying. But every word, and I'm not an unconscious competence yet. Okay? Every word has a meaning and has power. So instead of you saying, I was negative all day yesterday. I wasn't the most positive yesterday. If you want to admit that. Does that make sense, guys? Because every word, because you're still focused on the positive, so you start attracting that. Instead of saying, I'm not going to be negative today. Don't say I'm not going to be negative today. Say, I'm going to be what? Positive today. Because what you focus on and what comes out of your mouth will come back. It won't come back void. It will come back with that which you are throwing out into the universe. It has to by law. So watch your words. So anyways, rich people think highly of themselves. They promote themselves and their value. Look at this guy. This guy, does he look confident? No. Does he look like he believes that he has value to your life? No. This guy does though. Can we agree?
Yes.
This guy, look at that guy. He looks proud as a peacock, doesn't he? That's how you should be. You got to think highly of yourself. You are a champion. The person that you want to be, is 6 inches away from you. Those 6 inches are between your two ears.